flesh. They not going nowhere. And they pulling you
They're
into it, trying to
not
sell
going
you
nowhere.
this, saying
They're
this.
not going anywhere.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Forgot what I was saying. And then what about that other one right there? They say women are the
Oh yeah, okay.
the
So
hold
then
on.
yeah, see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? They saying you're not here. So watch what I'm saying. I like that one too. Women, you say women are the life givers, the ones who nurture.
And
That is
nurture, yeah.
true. Think about this. It's gonna sound crazy to some people, but listen to what I'm telling you. If you really want to deal with who the true superhuman beings are, or who the real Superman is, it's the woman. The word super mean going beyond something. And man or humanity are the ones who, men, let's look at it like that. The double X chromosome is the women. The XY chromosome is the man. The man got two
Yeah.
nipples.
Yeah.
The nigga got two nipples. Can't milk shit. You feel what I'm saying? We got two nipples. Our mammary glands don't work. You understand? That
Yeah.
whole system don't even function. That means, by definition of what it means to be a full being, we're not
Yeah.
complete. We're an incomplete specimen. So my point would be for that, yeah, the women do give the life. They nurture. The
Yeah.
women do carry the life around, and they carry that dominant gene to begin with. And that's in all of these different species of women. You understand that? So they are the life givers. But what's the problem? Your industries know that. These people know that too. The moment that y'all, listen, go back to 2020, I'm gonna show you something. The moment y'all was like, you know what, we tired of this, we're gonna stand up, let's put a movement together, let's wake everybody up, let's bring the WAPU forth, everybody stand together, and the woke shit start taking off. What did the Democrats and all these other people step in and do? They hijacked woke, and they did it on purpose. They hijacked that shit, and they made it be about politics. They hijacked that shit and made it be about whether or not you want people to use this restroom or that restroom. They hijacked that shit and placed critical race theory in it. It had nothing to do with what the Buddhists were talking about 15,000 years ago. You didn't have no Buddhists worried about whether or not nigga could use this bathroom or this gender, that gender. Them niggas was building stargates. So the moment that people said, I want to wake up, what they do? The women were waking up. They hit y'all with WAP. They hit you with WAP. WAP became a movement of sexual revolution. It was a sexual revolution. They gonna give you that every time. Let me tell y'all this. They don't mind you saying, I'm gonna show my body. That's the same thing that happened with the Garden of Eden shit. It's the same thing that happened when Lilith got in. It's the same thing when Sophia fell down. They don't mind the conscious community talking about some, we coming out here with sensuality. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to say what it really is, so they'll call it sensuality. We're going to come out here and show our bodies. They don't mind you doing that because that keep any of the men who would have been the ones who would have stood up like myself, if they don't have that psychic self-defense or a definiteness of purpose, that keep them entertained or intertwined in that
I feel
lust
like
realm.
one of these.
And when you focus on, listen, let me say this. It's not that people don't experience lust. That ain't the thing. Everybody may experience that at one point or another. Children come through. It's a beautiful thing. The point is, after people ejaculate, after people have that orgasm, what everybody be saying? What Lil Wayne say? After I come to my senses. Okay. So when you in the state of mind of lust,
and they get one of these right
what it
here.
is? When you in the state of mind of lust, you're not building how you
One
could
of
be
these.
building. You're not focused how you could be focused.
One
I'm
of
gonna
those
finish
right
it.
here.
I'm gonna just say, when it comes to
One
the
of
women,
those right
are
here.
you asking me what it is? What is it?
No, I say in one of those.
Georgia Peach, nigga. Nah, for sure. I mean, niggas see that. It don't got to be the apple. It ain't that, especially in Atlanta. We got a lot of that. My point is, I ain't trying to say that it ain't out here because the shit out here. It's just like, we can't be, okay, when it's time to war, nigga got to be able to put that shit down for a little bit. And then when after the war done, get back to business, however you got to. But we at war right now. So the moment they seen that, they said, oh, we can't let the women get in charge. We can't let the women wake up. So they gave them a false revolution. And then the Megan Thee Stallion, Tory Lane shit happened. And then that gender war shit took off. And people ain't even recovered from that. People still doing podcasts. You know, go ahead. What you got? Take time to do what make your soul happy for sure.
Now go ahead.
I'm with you. Take time to do what make your soul happy. They separated people from the soul. And all I'm saying is, because we give these people a lot of power. We give these labels a lot of power. We give these certain groups of people I can't really, you know what I'm saying? We give these folks a lot of power. The truth is, can't none of this happen if we don't stand for it. That's all I'm saying. You can't think it's phase one by himself, because I told you in the letter to Kodak Black, what I say? I say, I went through
Yeah.
my thing. I turned to masturbation. It was one of the ways to escape. I'm not one of those
Yeah.
people out here saying, oh, I ain't never been through nothing. I ain't never had to. I wrote the rehab book because I had to go through rehabilitation. When you
Yeah.
look at the etymology of rehabilitation, you'll find out it has something to do with what you're wearing, your dress, your
Yeah.
attire. So when we saying get back in the garb of righteousness, all we saying is family. We all went there. I can't get
Oh,
nobody out of hell
I
if I
see
don't
that
go into
thing.
hell. I've been in there
I
too.
see it.
I know what happens when y'all get off these phones and y'all sitting in the nighttime. Everybody asking where God at. I know you asking. Everybody trying to find out where he at. Everybody asking when Jesus coming, when the Messiah coming. Y'all all looking for the Savior. You're all looking for something to get you out. Okay? Here's what you need to know. Go in the restroom. Turn the light on. Look in the
Yeah.
mirror. There
Huh?
it go. That's what's going to get you out. Faith is one thing. Have your faith. You ask about Jehovah's Witness. You know what I'm saying? People want to, get off YouTube sometimes. You can't
Yeah.
know what Masons are by YouTubing it.
Yeah.
You understand?
That,
Talk to a
that,
traveler. Why you think I wore the emblem in the video? You don't think I understand what I'm doing? I don't know if people understand. I'm an alchemist. We move this shit. You don't see what's happening?
I want me a little snack right quick. I'm hearing you. I'm with you,
Hey,
goddamn
yeah.
it.
We can get back up another time, though. Hey, like I
No,
said,
we talking.
okay, for sure. But yeah, so the point I'm telling everybody is, if I gotta be that voice that tell you listen up, then just listen up. Don't even make it about me. Just listen up then. Because I had a voice when I came into this earth plane that made me listen up and reminded me of who I was before I even knew what the English
Yeah, yeah,
language
bro.
was. And that's
Yep.
Dr. Malachi Z. York. The one he's serving 135 years in prison right now. He's 80
Damn.
years old. They locked him up in May 8, 2002. I was there. They came to our land. They
You was there,
raided it.
my
They
dude?
put guns to all the babies' heads.
Yeah.
All of that. Yeah, I was there for that. This what
Yeah.
we dealing with. Everybody gonna have that messenger. Some of y'all messenger might be Farrakhan. Some of y'all messenger might be the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. Some of y'all messenger might
Sometime
be
I
King
might have
Yahshua.
missed.
You know what I'm saying? Whatever the messenger is, here go your keyword, Nuwapu, Nuwupu. Nuwapu is the message. You ever heard Eddie Griffin say that shit? Some people say Muhammad is the message. Some people say Jesus is the messenger. Did you get the message? And all of y'all messages is saying, family, you gotta wake up. I know this seemed real. I know. It's one of the best. Listen, Shaitan, Lucifer, Zuin, the one who was used to be our brother, he fell. This nigga is a master illusionist. He laughing right now because he know he's a master illusionist. It's supposed to feel real. It's supposed to look real. Okay? You're supposed to get caught up in whether or not the flower is blue or whether or not the flower is red. You're supposed to get caught up in that because you'll get stuck. What they not wanting people to do is realize, wait a minute, all of this was the experience. It's all happening right now. And then you take the VR headset off. But don't you know that while you got that VR headset on, you fueling their economy? If you don't turn on the news, how you gonna get caught on the news? You gotta be on the news to be on the news, to be hanging on every word they say. If you don't look at the extra, read all about it, meaning, look, it's a spell word. That's a spell phrase. They want you to read all the extra shit. When you eating food, do you need all the extra shit or do you need the nutrients? You see what I'm saying? Now they say extra, read all about the extra shit. Fuck the extra shit. What's the reality? I love the story of Jesus. I love the story of Muhammad. I love the story of Krishna. I love the story of all these people. What's the basis of all of their stories? And no matter what religion, everybody has to admit the same thing. Whoever y'all saying God is didn't come from earth. Okay, so then we got everybody can sit at the table now. Is this an extraterrestrial doctrine? Yes. Okay. Is this an extraterrestrial doctrine? Yes. Is this an extraterrestrial doctrine? Yes. Okay. So then is Jesus supposed to be this real person? For sure. Okay. And you got to say that because if not, then you become the Antichrist. Because according to the book, they say you got to say that whoever Jesus was, he had to have come in the flesh. He got to be somebody that's there in the flesh, and you have to be able to confess that he did. Okay, then where he at right now? And if he left on a cloud and went to heaven, you got to admit clouds can't go to heaven. So what did he really leave on? What's the movie E.T. really about?
About.
You see what I'm saying? Right? Even when we're dealing with Orisha. Orisha were people who came through and studied this earth plane and graduated. They graduated. People don't understand that. They became Ori, or the head consciousness beings of the lights, or Shah, fire, Esha, or Esh. They became them beings by going through the fire, through the smoke. They learned. It took time. They studied. And now, if those people have those powers as those gods, they can show you the same way. It's the same thing with everything else. Now, we got these governments out here that got the technology to leave and fly around. Elon Musk, all this other stuff. Elon Musk's story is the same story from the Nimrod story in Genesis chapter 11. When
What
God had
Elon
to come down and
Musk
say, we
did?
got to stop them people because they figuring out technology to be able to leave Earth.
What he had there?
Elon Musk is, okay, so you got the story with the Tower of Babel, right? The Tower of Babel says somebody is building something that's going to allow for them to leave the planet Earth. And God had to look down. Listen, this means this was a person, a being of some sort. And he was talking to some people and said, let's go down there.
I ain't gonna lie. All right, I ain't even a weed man like that. But sometimes I just told
I
fam,
don't get
man,
it.
I'm
It's
gonna
what
smoke
it
some
is.
weed with y'all boys.
Listen,
I've been smoking some
do
weed
your
with y'all
shit. Do
boys.
your
I'm
shit.
gonna
I ain't
smoke
on that.
some weed.
Listen,
Or
I'm
like,
gonna tell you what I'm
or
not.
like the paper. Like I ain't
I
like
ain't one
some
of them
paper.
niggas that's gonna be like, brother, you gotta stop that. Brother, you gotta stop that. I'm not one of them niggas.
Yeah.
Cause I started off in the hood when niggas were doing exactly what you doing. And if that's what they did while they were listening to me, didn't matter. They were listening to me. They was still listening. You feel what I'm saying? I'd rather a nigga be like that listening to me than a nigga be like that listening to some niggas that's putting subliminal messages in their head that's gonna grow
Right.
into, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
destructive
bro.
plants later on in their life.
I think I'm Big Sean.
You feel what I'm saying? What's going on, Sean? So all I'm saying to people is when Nuwapu reaches you, it's up to you at that point.
We
You
gonna
can
follow
listen,
Marie's ass first.
what separates
All right.
you, I'm gonna say this and then we go
Yo,
ahead, right? What
go
separates
ahead.
you from the person who's just spiritually believing is just this. This is what Nuwapu is. If Jesus is an extraterrestrial and he has an extraterrestrial family or an angelic family or a heavenly family, whatever word sits right with you, you cannot fake a connection with Jesus then. Because if they saying that there's supposed to be some type of rapture, a multitude, 144,000, whatever you think it is that they saying supposed to be happening, you can't just
Yeah.
say you a part of the chosen tribe. Have they communicated with you? You can't, okay, I don't want to hear nothing about pastor was talking to God. Elijah went up in a chariot of fire. Show me which pastor did that. I don't want to hear nothing about pastor had a good idea that we need to raise money for the church. Moses talked to God when one of them crafts landed behind them bushes. And you know it was a craft because they said the fire, go read Exodus chapter 3, verse 3. Okay? He was saying the
Okay, my
fire didn't consume
man.
the
See you
bush.
later.
So when anybody talk
Appreciate
about the
you.
story Moses in the burning
Wow.
bush, the bush didn't
Yeah.
burn. What'd you say, Kodak?
Now I'm talking to people. Them. I'm with you now.
The bush didn't burn, so that was a craft. And Moses was able to, so who, in this day and time, who having the encounters that they was telling us about in the book? That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying your book is fake. I'm saying if your book is real, that's good news because there's something that your governments are watching right now. They're extraterrestrial existential threats like APEP. They call it Apophis. That's one of the beings they watching, or they call it an asteroid or a comet. They'll say they're watching this and other. They know that they're extraterrestrial. They got Space Command, all kind of stuff set up. SETI was set up so they can monitor the skies and listen for certain signs and signals to see if there were other extraterrestrial crafts close enough. They knew that most honorable Elijah Muhammad has the truth that he was saying. They knew Dr. Malachi York has the truth that he was saying. They've been watching, they've been playing. And then as soon as Trump
Yeah.
got in office, what he do? He say, everything y'all know about extraterrestrials, you got to declassify. You got 180 days. Then while he was doing that, they were trying to convince everybody that somehow, whether or not Trump liked black people had anything to do with whether or not that was true. If there are extraterrestrials in this world that are running the government, y'all need to go watch this documentary called Above Majestic. Above Majestic. If there are extraterrestrials, listen to me or don't listen to me. Just how about this? Everything I'm about to say for the next 30 seconds, just call it fake, all right? Just for the sake of the conversation. If there are extraterrestrials, okay, I'm gonna show you what I mean. Let's say we know that a certain group of people, when they start getting a certain age, they skin start leaving their body. Soon as they get a certain age, it just start giving up. We know. We didn't ask it to give up. They didn't ask it either. They know it. We love them. We don't hate them. We just realize, okay, we look at the watch. You know what I'm saying? As soon as they get about like 40 years, that skin gonna start doing its thing. Okay, cool. Ask me, is Trump's skin doing that? You know what I'm saying? Do Trump look like a regular? Anyway, never mind. So there are people that could possibly be in your government now that are not regular people